Hello, and welcome to another Ready podcast. I'm Rob, and I'm with Elia and Diane, and today we're gonna be talking about Japan and stuff.
Yeah.
Japan and stuff.
Yeah, you know,
Let's
how
go.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've all lived in Japan, you know. Some of you guys still do. I'm moving back soon again.
Yay.
It's a lovely, lovely place. Yeah, I'll be there soon. So Japan hasn't even opened their borders yet. They're still being a bit difficult on
What's
that.
the deal with that?
Yeah, I don't know. At first they were like, we're gonna open it next month, and then they're like, nah, still Corona and stuff. So I don't know. I think there was some business stuff. They let people come and go through.
They're letting
if
people
you're
in with like working visas and stuff like
Yeah.
that currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That's
don't know.
it?
Yeah, I don't think they're opening up for any tourism yet.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos and stuff where there's a lot of places in Japan that are just like empty right now. Like there's a
Yeah.
bunch of like capsule hotels that just don't have people in them.
Hmm.
Like, you know, and shrines and temples that just don't have visitors. Like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of empty here in the touristy spots. So
Yeah.
I mean, if I had
All
the
my
money,
friends want to come,
right?
right?
Yeah, like a lot of businesses are suffering too, you know. I know a lot of places, like a lot of Japanese hotels, they rely on the foreigners to come, you know, and stay and, you know, see the sights, and all the tour guys. Like, we don't think about the small people too. Like the big ones, they'll be fine, you know. They'll move some money around, but the small guys, you know, the little stores that they rely on tourists, the tour guides, a lot of cities live for the tourists, you know. Okinawa is one of those places too. Tokyo is a very big tourist spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, they're being very strict, and I think it's good in some parts. Like, that's their politics; they can do what they want. But also, let me in.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. It's been too
Yeah,
long. When was the last time you
I
came
can
here?
apply. It's been 2 years, 2
Definitely more than 2 years.
It's been, when did I come home?
I think it's
I
been
don't
3.
remember. Might have been.
I think it's roughly 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, it's been that long. Yeah, yeah, true. Because COVID happened 2019, and I just arrived home that year.
Yeah.
Like just a couple months before, just like 2-3 months before the whole COVID thing. That's when I came back to Sweden. So yeah, it's been 3 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty much since COVID, huh?
Damn, yeah. Well, the whole COVID thing, I've lost time, you know, like track of
Yeah.
time.
It's
and
so weird that
it's
it's been
crazy.
like 2.5 years with COVID, and it feels like it's barely been 1 year with it. Like time is
and sometimes it feels like a billion years.
like
I don't know.
those years don't exist for like anyone.
Yeah,
that
I don't know what's happening. Yeah,
It's wild, like just how much that's affected people. I think.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll definitely stop by. Like, we're thinking, I'll definitely stop by September-ish right now, if everything works out. Because I do have to apply for the visa, and I can do that, but I still need to. It takes time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. But you know, we should talk about stuff we like about Japan. So
Yeah.
I actually want to actually ask you a question, Elliot, because you've been out of Japan for so long. What are you looking forward to the most when you get here?
dude.
I know what it is.
I know what it is
I
too.
have to say it every episode.
Do it.
Come on, man, just let me know. Just let me know.
I'm
Go
just.
ahead.
I mean,
It's
it's
yakiniku!
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
Of
it's
course.
yakiniku. It's,
The meat, the beef.
dude. You know what? You know what I'm
Caesar
gonna do?
salad.
I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna arrive at night at the airport. You know, you go all the way to the hotel, throw all my stuff there, directly to the yakiniku place. You know, the best, closest one. I'm gonna go there and just eat. It's
It's gonna be so
good.
nice. It'll be so nice for you. Oh, you'll stay there for
Yeah.
like 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll pay for the extra
Sleep
time
there.
too.
Yeah.
Take a nap, eat again after waking
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that'll be the life. That'll be the life.
I know I've ragged on you in the past for like Elliot. It's like the one thing you say in every episode, you know. But at
Yeah.
the same time, like I miss it too. It's been a while for me to go out as well.
Yeah.
I want it.
I had it 2 days ago.
Thanks, Diane.
Yeah, but you know what, Diane? You know what? It's not the same. Because first of all, I wasn't there. So it's not the
It's
same.
true. It's true.
Whoever you hang out with, that doesn't matter because no one is as cool. But I've just made that decision. Sorry, everyone else.
Sorry for today.
I just want to make this
No,
clear that
but-
Diane totally invited me, but I was too cool to accept it, so I declined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Mhm.
Got the receipts
That's
and everything.
definitely what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
So I fuck on a
No,
purple
but
dog.
it's so good. Like I don't want to shout out the specific chain, but I think I've talked about them before.
think you have.
You can
Probably
probably
3
find
times.
it. Yeah, you guys can find it in another podcast. But they have this whole set, right? And I'm gonna talk about the set because it's lovely. You know, there's a whole menu. There's like a billion things you can choose from, different cuts, different meats, different sauces, different vegetables. I don't know, whatever you want. And the one thing I always get, and I recommend everyone to get, you get the Caesar salad with the egg, and the egg is important because if you don't order the egg, they don't give you the egg. So you have to be very, very specific that you want the egg, right? And you get the harami meat. It's the best meat. You get that one with sauce. Just trust me. Go eat. Just do it.
Yeah, one of my top favorites for sure. Harami. That's skirt steak in English.
Yeah.
Skirt
Yeah.
steak.
Skirt steak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct.
It's very good. It has like thin lines of fat, and that's it because it gives the flavor. But otherwise, it's just very good meat. Very good.
It's
Like
great.
soft. It's not chewy. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Also, you can get the all-you-can-drink option and even go wild on that part. Yep.
It's
Which I don't.
So that's the good one. Diane never
I get
does,
full
but
off
Rob and I
of
do.
drinks. I actually don't drink anything until the end of my meal, usually.
Mm,
Because any liquid I put in between, it adds to my fullness. My stomach's like, oh, she's done eating. Let's
I
stop.
see. I don't normally get full off of liquids, off of drinks.
I wish I didn't.
unless
it would
if
help my life
unless
out
if
a little
it's like
more.
a thicker drink. Like if I was
but
drinking
beer does, though.
if I was drinking like a light beer, not as much, but if it's a dark beer, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess beer
Yeah.
in general would. I don't even. I mean, beer is okay on some occasions, but I normally try
Yeah.
not to drink beer as much. Not that I drank a lot of it
Yeah.
back then anyway, but
Mm.
but I think some of my favorite memories are having yakiniku and
True.
you and I, Elia, just going beer for beer, like
Yeah.
with the salad, with the
Yep.
meat, arguing
With
with,
the-
with your
don't forget
wife
the
about
egg.
with the
Don't forget
egg
the
on the
egg.
Caesar salad, arguing with
Very
Yuri
important.
about like rice versus no rice and the meat and the like.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all so
Very
funny.
important.
That debate.
Yeah,
you
that-
don't eat rice in a buffet. Never. Just don't do. You're
It's
getting
too filling.
full on rice. It's Diane's being attacked by an
Di-
insect.
I saw that. Was that a moth? Are you alright?
What?
If you
Something
watch
flew
our
into my keyboard, but I saw it from the webcam.
Yeah.
oh damn. Well, if you saw our phobia episode, you'll know that this is very uncomfortable.
We
for
are
Diane.
experiencing Diane experience her traumatic like moment right
Oh my
now.
god.
She's
Did you see how she
No,
just
it's gone for
froze?
now. I know.
Yeah.
I thought that was my cursor moving on its own on the screen, but it was a bug behind me. And then it flew into my keyboard and then I just blew it out. So it was a tiny little moth.
Hmm.
It's not as scary as other bugs for me, but still, I don't like that. No thanks. It's gone for now though.
I have a question. What's the
Mm.
plural of moth? Is it meath?
no,
Moths? Moths? Meat?
not me.
I think it's moths, right? It has to be
I think moths.
I
moths.
think it's
I don't
I
know.
think it's
Harder to
moths.
say.
But
moths.
meaths would be so much better. Let's just be honest.
It would sound funny.
Meath.
Yeah.
Oh my god, all the meath.
Well, okay. Now that if you pronounce the word differently, it's not as good. So
Yeah.
just to keep at moths. Yeah.
Moths. Anyways, what were we
And-
talking about?
Anyways, don't eat rice.
Yeah.
Please don't. It's not worth it. Just make rice at home later, tomorrow. I don't know. But you're just getting full on rice, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to get full on rice and noodles, so you don't eat the meat.
You know
That's
that's
why you
like
get a salad.
That's a very, very unpopular opinion, and I thought I was the only one because every person I eat yakiniku with, they always need the rice. They would even wait if the meat's there and like they're done cooking it, grilling it, whatever. If the rice isn't there yet, they're gonna sit there and wait. The meat will get cold because they need it with the rice. I'm like, what?
I
Are you serious?
I have a hot take
No.
right now. I have a hot take.
Go ahead, sir.
What?
All right.
What's your opinion?
So,
No thanks.
I didn't even say it yet.
Just kidding.
In Japan, like, you know, they love their rice. Rice is good. I love rice too. But some people say like, I like delicious rice. Rice is great. Here's my hot take. It all tastes the same. All right. It all tastes the same. You can have different styles of rice. You could have your Spanish rice. You could have like your yellow rice. You could have your Indian rice. But like all like sticky white rice, it's all the same, no matter where you go. There's no flavor difference. It's just there to make you full.
Let me just tell you this. I think you're forgetting that you live in Japan and you're eating good rice.
It's
every
great
day.
rice.
No, but that's the thing. I think as soon as you go back to the US and eat some random rice, I don't know what they have, because I know in Sweden we have different qualities of rice, right?
Yeah.
And what they're eating in Japan, like normally, because you know we bought rice, is considered high quality in Sweden, for example, and a lot of other countries. You know, they import that Japanese rice because it's good quality.
Yeah.
I think you're just forgetting the quality difference. Because trust me, bro, if you go back and eat normal rice, you're gonna be like, maybe it wasn't the same.
So here's the thing. I agree with that. If I go back to America and eat white rice, it's not going to be as good as white rice in Japan. But I'm just saying, if you go to this shop in Japan and have their white rice, and you go to another shop and have their white rice, guess what? It's both just Japanese white rice. So it's great rice, but I don't think there can ever be a time when a store's like, our rice is the best. Because guess what? That place down the street has the same rice, bro. It's great rice, but it's the same. So that's my argument. Yes, it's better than America's rice, or another country's rice, probably. Depending on the style. If they're trying to do Japanese white rice outside of Japan, it's not going to be as good as in Japan white rice, right? So that's where my mentality is at, and I don't know.
I hear you.
That's my hot take.
I know a lot of Japanese people are like, no, it's not true. Like I can hear all the Asians. I feel you guys. I agree, but I know what Rob means. Like I get his point. Like when you talk about that mid-range Japanese rice, it pretty much tastes the same. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I grew up eating rice almost every day because my family is Vietnamese. My mom makes nothing but Vietnamese food usually, and there's always rice. There's always rice ready for you every single day. So I just got tired of it. So that's also why I don't crave rice ever, because I grew up with it. I crave the bad things, chicken nuggets, the things I couldn't get, Taco Bell. And then whenever I would ask my mom if I could have that, she'd get offended because she already cooked. Food. Why don't you eat my food? You always want chicken nuggets and canned ravioli, TV dinners. I'm like, because I'd never get to have it. That's why I want it.
Yeah.
The bad stuff, the high sodium.
I totally understand that though. Same thing with me with some things where I was raised eating good food. My mom's a good cook. My family makes good food. But every once in a while you're just like, I just want some crappy food from a fast food place because I have that craving, and like it's not something like we're trying to be healthy and we don't go out and get that stuff. So if I had the opportunity to be out with my friends at midnight stopping through a McDonald's, then heck yeah, I want to go, because that's not something I normally got to do. By the way, McDonald's in the US is pretty crap in my opinion. It's so much better in Japan.
It's so good in Japan. Like I don't get what maybe it's the material, whatever. It's just so much better. The finger. Yes, Diane, go ahead.
Completely true. Of course, I love it. Japan's McDonald's, but there is one thing that they don't have here that I miss in the States. Breakfast menu item is a sausage burrito. I really,
Oh.
really liked those, but we don't have that here. We
Never
don't have
had that.
Never had
tortillas.
it. Never had
Never?
it.
Oh, so good.
No,
It's
we don't have it in
expensive.
Sweden. Also, I don't go to McDonald's that often, so the
Yeah.
only thing I get from McDonald's is the Big Mac. Like I don't try the new stuff. I don't try other stuff. Like I know I like the Big Mac, so I just go for it. It's easy. It's simple. I don't have to think about what I want. Except
Mhm.
for when I'm in Japan, I get the spicy chicken nuggets. It's
I was
just the
gonna
best.
say that.
It's so good.
They're
We
in
have spicy
season
chicken
right
nuggets in Sweden.
now.
Oh, it's so good. Like, we have them in Sweden, but it's not the same. It's not the same taste. It's not just chicken nuggets or chicken in general in Japan is so much more delicious. It's so good.
Chicken.
I've
in
had
Japan
at
is good.
least 40 so far this year. If you want,
40
like,
packets
I
or
can
40 nuggets.
nuggets.
Okay, 40
If you
packets.
want, me and
Wow.
Rob, we can get some for you and like freeze it until you come.
Is that how it works? Does that work properly?
I
don't
mean,
think so.
realistically, we could probably leave it on the
You
counter,
can just
like
keep it out, yeah.
unpackaged, and like
Yeah.
nothing's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Just leave
It's-
on the
It's
counter. perfect.
McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. It's
It'll
not
be
gonna
the same
deteriorate.
in like 2 years. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just
Um,
leave it in like the corner of someone's room. It'll be fine. Nothing's gonna
Yeah.
happen to it. It won't
Mhm.
rot.
Yeah.
It's already plastic, right? So it's fine. No,
Well,
heard
McDonald's,
about
if
the
you're
fibers.
listening, we're just joking.
Yeah.
yeah, we're just
We
jokes.
don't
Please
mean-
please sponsor
yeah,
us.
sure.
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
I'd like a Big Mac.
Right.
Keep your spicy nuggets forever. Stop
Yes,
making it limited.
please.
Keep it permanent. What's wrong with you? Everybody
They're
loves
so
it.
good. They're so good.
Everybody, foreigners and Japanese people, we love it. Keep it.
Yeah.
McDonald's. Spicy nuggets.
Yeah.
Keep.
Diana's talking to you, McDonald's.
Come on, man.
Well, correct me if I'm. Is someone a McDonald's expert here? We're talking way too much about McDonald's, but I heard it was two brothers. That's what I heard. It was two brothers that started the business, and
I have no idea.
I have no idea. One was Mac, one was Donald. I have no idea what the
Mac and
I don't
Donald.
know. I don't know if that's true. That's probably not true.
Probably
Don't listen to that.
I don't know.
But yeah. Okay. Let's move the food aside. Japanese food is very good. Eat it. Ramen, yakiniku, shabu shabu. You know, there's a lot of good
Sushi.
stuff. Sushi.
Yeah,
Yes.
sushi.
Sorry, I don't eat fish, so
Right. You'll die.
It doesn't come. Yeah, I will. There's a lot of good food. Even like we've talked about this before. Even if you're vegetarian or vegan, there's options for you too. So don't worry about that.
The vegan
careful.
restaurants I've been to here, or vegan food I've eaten here, very good.
Yep.
But pricey, so prepare your wallet
Yes.
if you want vegan stuff.
Yes.
But good cooks for sure.
So yeah, if you have intolerances, you know, like you have a gluten thing or
Or
you know whatever,
lactose
lactose, you know,
like me.
yeah. So learn those words before you go to Japan because I've never really seen it stated, you know, like this
Not
has
really.
this in it, you know, as in
Barely.
most restaurants in Sweden, like you can see a symbol next to the menu, like this is vegan, this is gluten, this is whatever, right?
Oh, that's very convenient.
Yep. But I don't really see that in Japan. So
No.
you might want to ask. So maybe learn those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are kind of good.
Mhm.
So, Diane.
Hmm.
What's something about Japan that you really like?
The themed cafes and Pokemon centers are one of my top favorite things. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah.
endless, the themed cafes. It can be animal cafes, even specific animal cafes, cat cafes, snake cafes. There's animal cafes that have mixtures of things like hedgehogs and sugar gliders and what's this? What's that? Otter?
That's your hand.
This is an
Oh,
otter.
okay. Sure. This is the
They
sign
can
for
move
otter.
like this.
Sure.
Otters move
That's-
like this.
that's-
They do.
I was thinking of a dolphin. That's what dolphins usually do. You know, they
They
jump
really
up and
move
down.
like this though, like a little
That's a
big
snake.
worm. No,
Um,
my snakes don't move that fast. But yeah, dog cafes, even non-animal cafes, like if you go to like higher end areas, they have, you know, like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Tiffany, those brand names. Some of them have cafes here in Japan, but you have to make a reservation for that. Where like they'll have, it's usually sweets and coffee or something. Yeah, I wanted to go to the
Yeah.
Tiffany one once. I've been to a pig cafe too before. That was Owl Cafe too. I've been to many themed cafes. There's a 2D cafe as well in Shinokubo, and
Oh yeah.
Oh.
yeah, they have desserts, maybe shaved ice and something, maybe drinks for sure. And the chairs and tables and the decor inside is just, it looks like someone drew it all with pencil on paper and everything looks flat, like 2D. It's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah, yeah.
perspective
That's really
trick
cool.
thing, depending on like where you're standing. Everything looks very 2D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
cool.
so the possibilities are endless with themed cafes, even like
There's a lot of cool
Ghibli
ones. Yeah.
cafe, different like Pokemon
Mhm.
cafes, but different ones, like specific to Pikachu only or something else.
Yep.
Kirby Cafe.
There's a lot of
Mm,
cafes that in like certain areas, like maybe like Tokyo Tower will have something where
Yep.
there's
They
like
have menu around them.
yeah,
I think.
it's like the cafe theme changes. Where it's
Mm.
like not necessarily seasonal, but like for a few weeks it'll be like Pokemon, and then it'll be like some other anime, and then it'll be
Yeah.
another theme,
Yep.
and then another theme, and they're like almost like limited, and you go there and you buy really overpriced food, and then but you might get like some kind of
made cafes too.
right, and then but then you might
Yeah.
get some kind of like trinket or souvenir from there that's very limited in edition because it was only there in that time at that cafe. So you have like a lot of collectors
Yes.
going
Yep.
to these things for that purpose, and it's really cool. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
correct
anime
me.
as well.
I think there wasn't it Tokyo, was it Skytree or Tower? I don't remember, but they had like a Attack on Titan
Mhm.
theme thing, where
Probably.
like if you
Yeah.
looked like there was a Titan on the tower or whatever it was,
Yeah.
Oh,
and there was a cafe that I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. But I know there's a lot of cool cafes. Like I know I went to a
Yes.
Gundam cafe, which
Mhm.
was
Ah.
super nice.
I know where that one is.
Yeah, I went to a ninja cafe
love
once.
that.
Very cool. You could throw ninja stars and
Oh, wow.
like shuriken and stuff. Though I do want to say, if you drink, you're not allowed to do the activities. So
pretty
do the
dangerous,
activities
huh?
That's fair.
before you drink,
Mm.
because it happened when we went. We went a group. I hadn't started drinking it because I was ordering stuff, and then we're like, okay, let's do that thing, and they're like, oh no, but those 3 guys started drinking, so they're not allowed to do it. And I was like, okay, well, sucks for you guys. I'm going to do it.
Mhm.
But yeah, so yeah, just let's show your. But there's a lot of cool ones. So I'm gonna look up a list of some cool themed cafes while you guys talk. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like what you mentioned before, I went to Tokyo Skytree recently because they have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure theme event going on there. You buy a regular ticket to the Skytree and you go up there, and the JoJo part is free, but there's another area where you pay to get in. I'm not really sure what that was. Anyways, but they have a bunch of merch there, and then they have they put posters or like printed art all over the wall. I learned about the history like of the JoJo
Yeah.
characters going to that thing,
Cool.
and they had their own JoJo themed cafe towards like the bottom, but I couldn't go because the line was extremely long and I don't think they took reservations.
Yeah.
It was too long. There was no way. Yeah, overpriced. I saw the menu though. It looked like regular food, just like, some pictures of the anime characters.
Yeah, they just designed them like so. They have this set menu usually. Like I've seen, like let's say they have pancakes, and then they just design the pancakes to look like
yeah,
a
or omelet
character.
rice.
Or omelet. They've done that
Always
with Pikachu
that
a lot.
hamburger.
They do the
Mhm.
omelet rice, and then they put Pikachu's face on it, whatever.
Always,
There's a lot
yeah.
of them. So I found a list. So apparently there's one called Kawaii Monster Cafe.
I went to that one.
Oh
You went to
yeah.
that one?
Yeah. That's a great one.
Ah,
It aims to embody the colorful Harajuku culture in one restaurant. So there
yep,
you go.
I went to that one too, actually.
Oh,
I've been to all
two.
these.
Yeah, number 2 is Ninja Cafe, which I just talked about. So that's
Oh.
interesting.
Wow,
And
never heard of it.
there's a Hedgehog Cafe apparently.
Yeah.
I've been to one.
Yeah, that's so. They say that the most popular are the Cats Cafe, but other cafes such as Bird Cafes and Hedgehog Cafes are getting very popular. Gundam Cafe, that's the one I was talking about too.
Almost in there.
Yeah.
The Lockup,
Yeah.
Japan's scariest restaurant called the Lockup.
I've heard of
I
this.
Creepy prison theme restaurant.
Yeah,
I wanna go.
it's like you're
What?
in prison.
Oh, there's a vampire cafe for those who like vampires. Pokemon cafe.
Yes.
Remember when we went to the cat cafe, close to where we lived before in Yamaguchi?
Mhm.
And that's where I learned I was allergic to cats. Who knew?
Right.
Who knew?
Wow.
So me, when I grew up, I had cats. I had no problem whatsoever. Suddenly, when I'm in Japan, like I got allergic to cats, and so we went to this cat cafe, all of us. We were petting cats, we were playing with them, and suddenly I couldn't breathe properly. Like my nose got stuffy, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then I got some cat hair in my eye or whatever, and it started swelling up, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I had to like
Dang.
rinse out my face and stuff. It was fine. Like I'm not super allergic to it, but I went to the doctor and he was like, "Yeah, you're kind of allergic to cats now." I was like,
No, I'd be so
that
sad.
sucks. Because I like
Yeah.
cats.
Right, me
I like
too.
them as pets too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's sad.
Was it you, Rob, that told me about the story where your friend, when he was young, his mom had a cat, and because the son was allergic, she was just like, "Oh, that sucks. We're keeping the cat. So you're holding the cat every day until you're not allergic anymore." And then he became not allergic anymore to the cat.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. Or
I
maybe someone else then.
I don't. I
I thought that was so funny.
that story sounds super familiar, and maybe it was one of my friends, but I don't remember who that would be.
Yeah.
I'm-
The mom was like, not getting rid of the cat.
But I do remember. I do remember
Sound
that
like me, though.
story. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's how it works. I'm not a medical scientist person, but
Right.
just me, I don't think that's how it works. It's not like fears. Here, get over your fears. Take a cat.
I don't know. It works
I
for
don't know.
him, apparently.
Maybe.
And
Who
it might
knows?
have something to do with like maybe how young they were, like how severe the symptoms were. Maybe they just kind of got used to it, and then like they just like mind over matter came like went over
Maybe.
that kind of thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like
Because
you know,
some people, adults, they take medicine every day in order to keep their cat because of their allergies.
right?
Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
dedication.
All right. That would be me for sure.
Yeah.
But luckily, I'm not allergic yet. Hopefully.
I think
Well-
there's just something to like about like overexposure to some things where if you are exposed to it every day in some way, shape, or form, that you are eventually going to adapt because that's what we do as humans. We actually adapt to things over time. It's kind of like even when it comes to things like people drinking
Abuse.
caffeine. Sure, I don't know about that one, but I mean I know like
sucks.
yeah, I don't think
Anyways.
you should get used to abuse. But
I
anyway,
know.
Yeah, please don't get used to abuse.
yeah,
No,
that's
I'm
one
just
thing you should not get used to.
saying.
Yeah. But as far as like caffeine goes, for example, if you drink soda every day,
Mhm.
eventually it's not going to give you that burst of energy because your body is just so used to consuming it that it's almost like you need it just
Yeah.
to function like a normal person, but not like a person with extra energy. Yeah, I don't know. I knew people that could like drink a soda literally right before they go to bed and go to sleep 100% fine. Same thing with coffee. Like
Yeah.
they could drink a coffee before they go to sleep and they're fine. For me,
Me
I
too.
can't do that. Right,
I
yeah,
can.
you can do that. I can't do that. I drank a coffee
Impossible.
like before around like I don't know 8 p.m. a few hours ago. I'm gonna be up for the next 4 hours probably, and it's like 11 right now.
I wish
So-
I could be like that. What I would try to drink some coffee before going to bed to stay up to focus on something, but then I still just knock out.
I'm super
Doesn't work for
sensitive to
me.
caffeine. It's
I wish I was.
Same. I'm super sensitive. Like I can smell coffee, and I'm like, all right, ready to go. Like,
Right?
Really?
yeah, just the
it's
smell
like-
of it's like
I'm
It's
jealous.
crazy, dude. That's why I don't drink coffee, tea, Red Bull, energy drinks. Like I it doesn't work. Because if I do, I used to drink like
You
energy
used
drinks.
to.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the time.
I do it all the time. Yeah.
With coffee.
Like I can have maybe once a month or something, but I used to drink them a lot more often. But I just get so much energy. Like I just feel like I'm jumping out of my clothes. It's crazy. I need to keep moving. It's not good. It's borderline bad.
I mean,
so I don't do it.
caffeine is a drug. Like it is.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an addictive one. and there have definitely been times where I've gone weeks and months without any caffeine and I've been fine. But then there's that one time where like maybe I didn't sleep well and I gotta be like 100%, like 120% with the next thing that I have to do the next day. So yeah, I have a coffee and then I'm back on it, right? And then it's one coffee every day. But I try not to drink it after a certain time so I can sleep. But like if I'm working in the afternoon, evening, and I need to be like energetic for my class or something, then yeah, I might have to take that hit and do that. So I'm not some lazy, sleepy teacher and the parents are like, why is this unmotivated guy here? You know? So sometimes sacrifices have to be made, you know, unfortunately.
I hear you.
Can I go back to cat cafes real quick?
Absolutely not.
No,
please.
We're gonna talk about dog cafes instead.
I've been to two. Also very great. And I do want to talk about the difference between that. So the cafes I've been to the most, themed cafe would be cat cafes for sure. I even have a specific favorite chain I like to go to called Cafe Mocha, and there's many locations around like Shinjuku, Shibuya, Akihabara, Harajuku area, and there's an Ikebukuro as well. I've been to like almost all of them, and some of them I've been to like about 2 to 3 times. So some, especially new people, tourists, foreigners, they like to go and expect loving cats, like cats that want attention, but it's usually not the case. I actually like to go to cat cafes because I like to be near cats. I'm not there to like mess with them or anything. And also, they're not really interested in the toys that they provide there, like just the stick with a feather or something.
They see them
they
every
get
day.
really bored. Yeah, and I had a cat as well that would get, I know, they get bored with some things. So if I wanted to play with them, then actually, from experience, my cat used to love rubber bands, hair ties, rolled up paper balls. Like if you were to wash your hands, dry your hands, if you roll that up in a ball and throw it, my cat loved that. And she loved water bottle caps. Like trash was her favorite toy. Anyways, so if I really wanted to, then like the only time I can get their attention is my extra hair tie. Just like, and like just, you know, do different things with it, throw it, but I don't really let them keep it. I don't think the staff really wants that either, but it's okay. But yeah, a few times I've been to the cat cafe just as a study time. I would buy the all-day pass or whatever you call it. You reach like the maximum time. It's like $25-ish or something, about 30. And then like I bring my laptop, I do some work for hours, and then it's really comfortable because their interior is so nice and the place does not smell. The staff is nice too. You get unlimited drinks for being there. And then they even have like blankets and pillows if you need. So I'd be laying down as well. And then because like everyone is giving the cats attention, and I'm not, there's this cat that just kept trying to jump onto my laptop because I wasn't giving it attention. It was just so funny. It's like, stop, I'm working, don't get on my laptop right now. But yeah, okay, if you go to dog cafes, for sure, then they're more attentive. They're a little more smelly and more loud. But if you are looking for some loving, some energy, then go to dog cafes. If you don't mind the smell. They do pee on the ground too, and like the workers are constantly wiping it. But they're cute.
These cafes are definitely built around like different moods, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the dog one because you want that interaction. You're going to some exotic animal one, like maybe not exotic, but like an owl or hedgehog cafe or pig cafe because it's unusual. It's not normal to see those cafes around. And you're going to a cat cafe to chill, to do your own thing, and there's just cats around that you may or may not interact with. So there's something for everyone if you're into being around animals.
Yes.
Some of them have a system. Sorry.
Yes, I just want to say one thing. I do want to clarify one thing about cafes. Some cafes are 18 plus. Please remember that. Not all cafes, because you might see, oh, look, a maid cafe, and you might think it's very innocent. Be careful where you go. They're not openly sexual. No, not at all. It's not like that. But some are more, their clientele is different from what you might believe it is, right? Cat, dog cafes, animal cafes are usually family friendly, so
Mhm.
so you'll never go wrong there. Some themed cafes are not family friendly, so
I've
I
never
just
been
wanted to
that,
make that
actually.
clear. Yeah, same. But you can see if you go to Akihabara, for example, and you just walk around, you can see a very innocent cafe, and above it is a not so innocent cafe. So just so you know. Yeah.
I'm interested. Just kidding.
But yeah.
Tell us more, Elia. No, we're kidding.
Well,
He
I
knows.
don't know.
I'm just
I
kidding.
don't know. Well, I've been to a maid cafe once with some friends. Super like it's just they're just maids giving you maid food and stuff.
Overpriced
Was-
food, cute
yeah,
food
well,
though.
I wasn't really into it, especially since they make you say cute
Yes.
stuff.
I was
Um,
cringing.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't for me, you know. Because for me, if I watch a video, I cringe. Like, but I had to be there and do it. I even cringed even more. It was difficult.
Yeah, some places force
but
you, like, instead of saying itadakimasu, they're like, say something, yeah, something. I'm like,
yeah.
in front of everyone here?
Yeah.
And they
this-
won't leave
this
until
guy
you
ain't
say
doing
it.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah, they make you do it. Like they really make you do it.
So,
I remember
Can I
this
eat my
one
food?
line. This one line was like, you have to say love, something. You have to make a sound. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, lady, listen to me. You're
To
never
put
going to get
magic,
those
right?
words. Yeah. Like
Something.
you have to bless the food. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But I'm like,
Yeah.
lady, I'm not saying those words. Like, you can just give up. Yeah, I kind of wanted to kind of build upon what you said when you ask Japanese people to do something out of what they're used to. So in Japan, there's something which every Japanese person like really strives towards, I believe. I don't know, efficiency, right? Everything is very efficient, clean, and precise, right? If you go to, for example, we talked about it, McDonald's, you ask them for a Big Mac in my case, and like you can see the machines inside start working. Like they know what they're supposed to do, like in what order they have to put everything, and don't tell them to do anything different. So once I went to McDonald's, because I've heard of people doing it, I just wanted to see what was happening. I went to McDonald's and I said I would like a cheeseburger without cheese. And
That's even weird. That's even weird in general.
that's a little
like,
weird. Yeah.
Like in Sweden, they'd be like, all right, here, cheeseburger, remove cheese. And they wouldn't just care. They wouldn't be like, you want a hamburger instead or whatever, right? And they'd just be like, sure, you that's what you ordered. Here's what you're getting. They'll just put a cheeseburger minus cheese and they'll be like, you're done. But in Japan, she looked at me like, and she just froze for like a solid 10 seconds. It was like, cheeseburger? I was like, yes, cheeseburger, no cheese. And she looked around like, someone please help me.
Yeah.
And I could see like she went to her manager and they were like talking, and I was like, oh wow. They were like talking for a solid minute, and I was like, maybe someone needs to take out a guidebook on what to do, because this was crazy. And in the end, she was like, okay. And then they did it, but you know what they did? They gave me the cheese on the side. So I got the burger. It was like they with the cheeseburger wrapping and everything, and then they just gave me the cheese on the side, and they're like, here you go, because that's how they do it. Everything has a specific way to be done in Japan, and if you just try to do something out of the ordinary, it's like a deer in the headlights. Is that what they call it? They just freeze up for a second. They're
deer in
like,
the
what's
headlights.
happening now?
Yeah.
Not good.
It even along the lines of like asking for something extra or something that's not an option. So for example, if you're in a place and maybe you order, I don't know, well, I'm gonna use McDonald's again because we were using that before. Like you're ordering nuggets, right? You're ordering chicken nuggets. It's like, all right, do you want mustard or barbecue sauce? And then you look at them and you say ketchup, and they're like,
What?
Yeah.
but I didn't offer you ketchup.
What does that mean?
Right, and then it's like, oh, I want
Impossible.
ketchup. So they're just like, all right, and then they give you one packet of ketchup for your like 6 nuggets, and it's kind of like, look at me. I'm like 6 foot tall, white American dude. Like, you think one thing of ketchup is going to, like, I don't know.
For your 10-piece chicken nuggets? No.
Listen, when you're in the U.S. and you go into a fast food place or something like that, you're gonna see a large dispenser of like ketchup, mustard, whatever, and you're just gonna like squeeze whatever.
It's like
it's
a drink.
free. You just get it. But for them, they're just kind of like, you get one.
Yeah.
Get
First of all,
here.
they don't offer the ketchup. I had this problem a lot. Always. It's always the honey mustard, not regular mustard, right? Mustard.
It's mustard and barbecue. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. The yellow and the brown one. And then I do ignore. I just like go straight through, and I'm like ketchup. And they're like, I was forced a couple times. Like she'll give me the ketchup, but she made me choose the sauce anyway. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess this one. So I'll get the sauce I don't want and the ketchup, which is funny because it's like I'm breaking the system if I don't. I'm like, okay, fine.
And this happens in other places as well, not just like fast food places. But if you go into any place and you ask for something that's not just readily available to you, it like Elliot said, like they gotta go talk to their manager. They gotta see if it's okay.
Yeah.
Can I give them ketchup?
Right. It's like we gotta call the CEO to see if he's okay with this.
Okay.
And then they gotta talk about it with the next guy, and then they're gonna let us know, and then we're gonna tell you 20 minutes from now whether or not we can do it, and it's gonna be a maybe. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's a whole process.
In American McDonald's, do you get salt and pepper? Can you like take salt and pepper? Is it like a stand where there's salt and pepper? Is
pretty
that
sure.
Some places have that, yeah.
So a normal McDonald's in Sweden, you have the ketchup, you have the salt, the pepper. You know, you can just take in the drinks. It's like you take how much you want, right? It's not like there's a limit on it. In Japan, they don't have that thing. There's no ketchup, there's no salt, there's no pepper. And for me, when I eat French fries, I don't really like French fries, but when I do eat them, I like to put pepper on it because it just tastes better. So I went up to the lady, I was like, hi, do you have pepper? And she was like, no. What do you mean? Like, you don't have packets of pepper? And I thought maybe my Japanese was wrong, right? And I was like, I'll rephrase it. I was like, pepper packets, and she was like, no, we don't have pepper. I was like, you don't have any pepper? So instead, you know what she did? She got me, like a little plate thingy, and took pepper from the kitchen and started like pouring it on this plate and giving it to me.
Aww.
And I was like, so she gave it to me. I was like, well, I guess that's a solution.
I asked for this, I guess.
And I was like, thanks. And I guess they just don't do that. And I felt bad because I was putting her in a bad position, and I was like, I just didn't know they didn't have, those little small pepper and salt packets.
At the same time, like you said, you didn't know, right? It's just one of those things that's super common in like a lot of places where we're from and what we're used to, and for them, they're just not prepared.
Especially since it's McDonald's, right? It's all over the world. I thought they would all more or less be the same. Yeah. But no.
KFC, same thing, but KFC, like, they don't offer sauce with your tenders or whatever. They'll give it to you like that in a basket or box, like 3 tenders, no ketchup. And then you have to ask for it. One time, me and Rob, we had ordered KFC and had friends over, and I think I was in the kitchen and I was like, okay, let me get the ketchup. And our 2 Japanese friends were like, for what? And me and Rob were like, for the KFC, there's no sauce. And then both of them were like, but it's already seasoned. Me and Rob were like, with what?
Salt and pepper, Diane. No.
I mean,
big difference between us. So shocked.
Yeah,
it was so funny though.
Salt and pepper, it's seasoned, sure.
Yeah.
But like chicken can be dry sometimes.
Yeah, dry. See, I'm a texture person.
But the
I
thing
need
is,
ketchup.
dry chicken is bad chicken.
Right.
Let's just be honest. Because if you get dry chicken, they've cooked it incorrectly and it's not good.
Right.
That's first of all. And second of all, when I order KFC, I just order the sauces. Because first of all, I don't really like chicken and ketchup. I don't think they mix very well. Also, KFC does have that spicy sauce, which is very good. What is it called? Supercharger or something like that. I don't remember what they were called in Japan.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. It's only in Japan, but it's very spicy and it's good. But yeah, in Japan, the difference I think is the tenders, which are not really called in Japan, are
it's called
ginger.
crispy.
Yeah, they're ginger flavor, ginger garlic. That's the seasoning on it. So I think that like they think you're not supposed to change the taste because it already has a taste, which is ginger garlic.
Mhm.
I don't know. You know, people eat however they want. You know, you do you, I guess.
Maybe it's just an American thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My mom probably doesn't eat chicken with ketchup. If she ever does eat fried chicken,
Yeah.
she would never.
I'm all about trying out the original taste of something before I add condiments
Same.
and other things to it. So if
Of
I
course.
did order
Yeah.
like a chicken tender from somewhere, I want to taste the natural chicken tender before sauce is included. But I think some combinations are really good. So a little bit of ketchup could be nice, some honey mustard could be nice. Depends on my mood, really, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like fast food stuff, I don't think I'm missing out on much if I add a little ketchup here. You know what I mean? It's just
Especially with the fries.
you know, like if I totally get it if like my Japanese friend like made me fried chicken and then I added ketchup to it, I can totally get why they're like, dude, I seasoned this already. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 100% understand that. But when it comes to like fast food stuff, I don't know.
Your burgers though that you make are like, you eat that with ketchup?
I do
Do you always eat it with ketchup?
most of the time.
What? Because you already like make it. It's already included. But I
Yeah.
feel like I don't need ketchup with that because it's already seasoned so well.
I like ketchup
That means
on my
make me burgers
burgers.
soon.
I don't know. What?
That
What?
means to make
What?
me some burgers soon.
Oh my god.
That's how she makes you cook. She just tells you officially here, so that you can remember it.
When Diane
Alright.
starts giving me compliments, I know that she wants a hamburger or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's just how
That's
Also, talking about hamburgers,
Mhm.
there's this place, this restaurant, this fast food chain in Japan called Moss Burger.
Yep.
Oh,
have you guys heard of
advertisement
it?
in the mail today.
We
I've been there twice.
There's one near where
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
Yeah,
been
yeah.
inside of it though.
there's just one thing I want to say, guys.
It's not my
I'm
favorite.
just gonna spare you all the trip. Don't go. Don't eat Moss Burger. It's not good. I've given it so many chances because I've heard like Japanese people go like, "Oh, Mosubaga, blah 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 blah." They talk about it like it's the best thing, and I'm like, bro, it's not good. I'd rather eat McDonald's, and I don't really like McDonald's.
Here's the hard truth, Moss Burger. Even if you approached us, we wouldn't sponsor you.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Or
wouldn't-
they sponsor us.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd accept the
it's just not
sponsor.
good.
I don't know. It's just
It's just not good.
It's not bad if you don't compare it to something else.
if you
Don't
don't
think about-
compare.
Don't think about comparing it to
What?
something else.
It's like saying it's not bad if you don't eat it. You know,
No.
it's okay. It's fine. That's
It's
not
just-
how it works.
It tastes healthier than McDonald's.
But I don't
say
think it
that.
is.
But do you know?
Do I know? No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I do. Okay, let's all just say our favorite fast food places. Okay.
In
just
general?
say that. Yeah, just in Japan. Or they can be just as long as they.
It's
Or in
you've
Japan.
seen
that
them
you can
Japan.
find it in Japan.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, you have to. What? One more time? Huh?
Taco Bell.
Taco.
But I
Okay.
like KFC too. Taco Bell, KFC. I do like
Okay.
McDonald's.
Okay. I said one day and calm down. Okay.
Subways. I can't.
Okay,
In
so choose
Japan, they
one.
have it.
Which one? Which one is your favorite? Just one.
Okay, Taco Bell.
Next week on.
Next week on the Ready
Well,
Podcast, Diane tells us her
later.
answer.
Okay, Taco Bell. Rob, how
That's
about
hard. In Texas, Jack in the Box.
you? Didn't ask. Who asked? Anyway, Rob.
Texas isn't real. No, I'm kidding.
Is Texas a place?
What's a Texas? No. I'm gonna. I don't want to copy Diane.
It's okay. I'll give you a pass.
I'm sorry, guys, for you watching and listening. I thought this was a simple question.
No,
I
it's
know.
it's super
No,
hard.
actually-
Unfortunately,
It's not a
unfortunately, we
simple
need an
question.
essay. We need an essay.
Okay. So here,
Not a simple question.
here's the thing. I think with my time in Japan,
Yeah.
I think I've ordered McDonald's more, but that's just because I find it more convenient and faster to get.
It's more available.
But I think Taco Bell is better. It's just there's just not as many,
Mhm.
and it takes longer to get to and to get from.
Yeah, it's more expensive a little bit.
It's-
But
it's-
sour
yeah.
cream, jalapenos, you don't get that anywhere else here in Japan. Jalapenos.
I think that's what that is.
Sour cream, that cheese.
So
Let me just tell you guys. You guys are flying from the US, for example,
Yeah.
Australia, India, Europe, whatever you are,
Mhm.
and you're flying to Japan,
Mhm.
and you've listened to this podcast, please don't be like, I'm gonna go eat Taco Bell. There's so much better food.
You
Taco
asked
Bell
us
is
to
good.
go-
you asked specifically fast food.
I asked you so I could shit on your opinion.
Oh
No,
my
I'm just joking.
god.
Oh my god.
No, it's good. Like Japanese Taco Bell is good, but please go to like Yoshinoya. It's super good. Go to Koko Ichiban, also super good. And these are more authentic Japanese food. It's good. Taco Bell is good. You can get tacos. I don't think they serve bells, but I know they serve tacos.
Tacos.
So you can get those.
You can
Also,
buy your
if you want
taco,
burgers,
dip it into the
Japanese
dough.
burgers, like a chain, Freshness Burger is pretty okay. They're not.
Heard
There's not
about
a lot of them, but they are good.
Were you specifically asking Japanese fast food?
No, I'm just asking in general. I just wanted to know.
I'm
Uh,
actually a little confused with Freshness Burger because I feel like I've been in some convenience stores and they have Freshness Burger like stuff
They
wrapped
do.
up,
They do.
and it confuses
They
me
do.
because I'm like, but why? Like I don't know. Like you
Yeah.
already have a place, but why is it also like I don't know? Maybe it's just
Yeah.
good business for on their part. I'm not sure.
I think they sell their sauces or something like that,
I
or
just
whatever.
like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like why wouldn't you? Maybe for time purposes, you could just grab it and go instead of like sitting in a place or waiting at a counter for it. I guess maybe
Yeah.
eat it up.
Or if you want to
later.
make burgers at home instead of making your own sauce, you can just get that.
I
And then you
guess.
know it's gonna
Like
be
Rob's
okay.
Burgers. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I need every day.
Apparently, Rob makes great burgers.
Apparently.
I've heard it a
Apparently.
couple times. I will try it when I'm there, and I will
Yeah, it
tell
makes
you
it
guys
fail, yeah.
how it tastes.
You're gonna have to be honest because
Uh,
Diane's been lying to me for the last 4 years. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so.
But,
If
you know,
I'm
I'm gonna
asking
be
for
honest.
more, nope.
Fine.
Always asking for more.
Yep. And yeah, so those are the burger places you have to visit in Japan.
Carl's Jr. is good too in
Uh,
Japan.
What is,
Oh,
is there another
yeah.
American one?
For real, but it's
Yes.
expensive.
yeah,
There is Japanese food in Japan,
But-
just so you know.
I eat Japanese food mostly in Japan. Come on.
but
Mhm.
Carl's
I eat
Jr.
Japanese
though.
food, like Taco Bell and Carl's Jr. and
I eat a lot of
McDonald's.
chicken nigger and
Listen,
sushi.
My favorite food groups are Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Taco
Yeah.
Bell, and there's nothing else. No, for
Rob's food pyramid is McDonald's and Carl's Jr. You know, that's how his food pyramid is. Yeah.
I will say though, Carl's Jr. is an example of a place that I had not experienced in America because I don't think it's on the East End, and if it is, I never saw one or went to one. But they have real bacon there,
They do.
like crispy
That's a
bacon.
big one.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, this like really thick stuff, like that's pancetta. Get that out of here. That's not real bacon. And
That's like
anything
Canadian
that's like
bacon.
floppy,
It's
like
ham.
that's ham. So I'm sorry,
It's ham.
Canadians, you don't know what real bacon is. Anyone else in Japan, you don't know what real
Hot
bacon
take.
is. It's I wouldn't even consider this a hot take. This is just fact at this point. I mean, yeah. I mean, if your bacon's not crunchy, it's not bacon.
Apparently, they have regular bacon in Canada. Cause one of my Canadian friends said that, they didn't know why that it's just called Canadian bacon when they have real bacon too.
Really?
That Canadian
I
bacon
don't
is
think
ham.
that's true.
I don't.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I think
so?
that I think your Canadian friend is just trying to protect their name, and they're like, no, that's not how it is. But we
Yeah.
all know Canada. We know the truth.
I want to
Don't
add
you
her
try to
to
come here.
add her in one of our podcasts. She's really
Yeah.
cool. I want to.
Sure.
I'll ask all the Canadian
Yeah.
questions.
And she lived in. That's how I met her in Japan. She moved back to Canada.
Also, I did some research, Rob. Carl's Jr. is apparently Hardee's in some places in the US. I don't know if you've eaten there,
No idea what
Who
that
knows?
is.
but I
Hardee's?
did some research. Yeah, I did some research because I've watched a show where they talked about American fast food, and I remember Carl's Jr. had two names. one for East and one for West Coast. I don't know which one is where, but I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, Diane, did
But
you
yeah,
recognize
food.
Carl's Jr. in Texas? Is that what it was called, or? Because you heard about it
yeah.
when you're okay. So then maybe
Yes,
East
I live
Coast
near
is
one
Hardee's
actually,
then.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr.
But Carl Jr. in Japan is in Akihabara, right?
There's
think so.
multiple. Me and Rob tried the one in Jiugaoka. There's
Okay,
multiple.
okay.
I forgot where the next one I saw.
Yeah.
Expensive though,
Mm.
or not cheap.
Also, some things that a lot of foreigners don't eat is super traditional Japanese food. It is difficult to find, but if you ever go on like one of those onsen trips, like we're gonna do when I go back to Japan, you can go and stay at these Japanese hotels called ryokan. And these ryokan have a very traditional Japanese setting. So all the rooms and all the things, you have to follow the culture and the tradition. It's super cool. It's very nice. It's definitely worth the experience, and you get to go to the onsen, which is super nice. It's very warm water directly from the mountains of Japan. So it's kind of cool.
Never been before.
Yeah, but
would
they serve super
definitely.
traditional food.
I'm interested. I just like never looked into it because of the tattoo. Because I have one, I'm just like, I'm just
Yes.
banned. I don't know.
Maybe we
But it's
should talk
possible.
about that.
Yeah, I heard it was possible. Just we're limited
We could.
on
Yeah.
choices. Of
It might be able to do something on a more private level,
private for sure.
like instead of like a more like
Open bath.
open
Yeah.
bath. Yeah, if it was just like us, then it
Yeah.
would probably be okay. If it was just like our group.
Yes. It definitely is. So this is what happened to me. So I have a tattoo, and in Japan, if you have a tattoo, you're not allowed into bathhouses in general.
Most of them,
Uh,
yeah.
These are onsens and sentos. Some do have exceptions for foreigners. They'll tell you to wrap it up with some bandage, or if it's super small, they'll tell you to like put a band-aid on it or whatever, right? As long as you cover it. Mine covers almost all of my arm, so I have to put a bandage on it. So the way to work your way around this is to get a private bath, which a lot of places do come with, right? They're usually more expensive than you get the room and then you can go to the public bath, but this one has a room with a bath connected to it. Also, it's very good if you're shy. I don't know. But yeah, because you have to be naked in the onsen, just so you know, it's a public bath. So for me, all I did was I wrapped up my tattoo and I could go into the public bath. But some are super strict. I know they were changing the rules for the Olympics in Japan because they know a lot of foreigners are coming.
They should.
don't know
That's
how that went.
business. That's money.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened since the Olympics didn't work out as usual this time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works. But I went to Osaka and there's a big building, like, I don't know, like 10 floors. And every floor has like a swimming pool with a theme, right? Like one is a jungle theme. The next floor is a pool with a desert theme, whatever, right? It has super cool ones. And some have like they have like jacuzzis and bathtubs and whatever. And I wasn't allowed to go in because I had a tattoo, and I was like, I'll wrap it up, I'll cut off my arm, and they're like, nope, unfortunately you can't go in.
We
And I'm
know
like,
it
"Oh, that
exists,
sucks."
therefore it can't be a thing.
Yes. So my friend told me, a Japanese friend told me, you shouldn't have told them. You should just say, just go in and then wrap it up. And if anyone asks you why you wrapped up, just say that it's injured. A lot of Japanese people do that apparently. Because tattoos is a very big thing in Japan. You're basically a criminal if you have a tattoo, or you belong to an organization. Yeah. That's why for example, if I were to walk with like a sleeveless shirt, a lot of people would be looking at me because my tattoo is pretty big, so people would be drawn to looking at it, and then they would get ideas of me being maybe an organized crime or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But
unfortunately,
Which is
that's how it is.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. I found this out not too long ago, but tattoos in Japan, especially when the Japanese have them, is like you said, Elia, associated with people, possibly some kind of crime organization, right?
Yeah.
But traditionally, originally, way back in traditional times of Japan, people didn't really have ID, right? So originally tattoos were usually on people that did like emergency calls, such as firefighters, because they would go into buildings to like go and save people or put out the fire, but there's a great chance that they could possibly die in the process, and these tattoos were used to identify the body. And that's
You told me that. That's pretty cool.
so that's the origin of
I
like
had no idea.
why they have like dragons and tigers, because they represent courage and strength and like all these different meanings that like a hero would be, that would have. But then over time it kind of shifted into like the criminal organization, because you got people doing shifty business who don't have these ID, etc., and like they still have like powerful meanings and all that jazz, and it's intimidating to see like that on someone's body. And the whole it's so weird how it went from heroes to criminals.
Bad, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend. I don't have many Japanese friends here that have tattoos, and I asked one that does not belong in an organization. I asked him like, why is it like that? And he said like for super traditional people that are against tattoos, they view men with tattoos as being part of a gang, and then they view women with tattoos as, he quoted, whores. I was like, really?
Wow.
That sucks for me.
That's a very rough take.
I know.
Yeah.
He quoted.
Sorry, Diane. But yeah. That's a rough take. I wish it wasn't like that.
Right.
Times are changing, so I think it will change
Slowly.
over time.
I hope so.
It's true. People are becoming way more open, especially like the younger generations that are coming in.
Yeah.
Stuff with,
Especially the younger
That's cool.
ones. Yeah.
I actually do think Japan is. We talked about like being an individual before in a couple episodes and whatnot. How that's like challenging in Japan, but I do think it's actually shifting more to be more accepting of.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't want to say like being yourself, but being different, right? It's slowly but surely. I think it's kind of making that shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
But
did I tell you guys the story about me in school and some students saw my tattoo?
I'm not sure.
No.
Maybe a while ago.
So it was a very hot summer day, and instead of wearing like an undershirt under my my collared shirt, and it was like super thin, one of those like summer shirts. So it was like, it wasn't really see-through, but like because it was like tight on my like bicep, you could see like an outline of a tattoo, I guess, if you looked really closely.
Yeah.
And so then I was just talking to some students. It was after class, and this one little girl came up and started poking me like on the arm. I was like, what? And I was like looking at her like, what is she doing? And then she was like, irezumi, which means tattoo in Japan. And I was like, no, you silly girl.
No.
Are you crazy? Yeah.
That's the shirt.
Get out of here.
Because we're strictly forbidden to have tattoos or even show a tattoo or whatever, right? In schools in Japan. So what I did, I went to the toilet, I took some like white A4 paper, cut it out and put it and like kind of taped it to my arm so people couldn't see it, because I didn't have an undershirt with me. So I was like, that's the only solution I have.
You taped
It was
paper?
Yeah, that was it was the only solution I had. I took like a large A4 paper and covered it and like taped it around my arm. That's the only thing I could do.
Sounds uncomfortable.
It was super uncomfortable. It was annoying, kind of like chafed my arm a bit.
Yeah.
But, but what's that like? Worse than like a couple children going to their teachers, be like, Ilya Sensei has a tattoo, and then they call the school, and then the school calls my company. That's just annoying,
Right.
I was like, I gotta do what I gotta do, and I had to cover it. So yeah, having tattoos in Japan, cover your tattoos if you're at your work or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of businesses don't allow it.
Yeah, most.
Yeah.
Almost all.
So I just want to say, does anyone have any final stories they want to share before we wrap up?
I do want to shout out Koko Ichiban. It's a curry place in Japan, and they have just the best best curry like I've had, like a fast food curry, right? You can order like a lot of sides and like levels of spice and the type of rice and how much rice you want. It's super good. It's very customizable. You
Yeah.
just choose from a list, and you're like, first is like, how much rice do you want? What sides do you want? Like, how spicy do you want it?
Mhm.
Like, etc., etc., etc. Super nice, very
Is
delicious.
this Coco's curries? Coco curry or whatever?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Coco Ichiban, yeah.
I get that from Uber Eats. I love
Yeah, it's very
adjusting the
nice.
level of spice and like I get a lot of
Yeah.
mushrooms with it.
I love
Yeah,
customization.
it's very nice. I
Mhm.
always get the Hamburg thing with the cheese inside. It's very good.
Mm.
It's delicious.
I get the sausage with scrambled egg and then mushrooms inside of this curry itself. It's so good.
Wow.
Love it.
See, it's
Love
very
it,
good.
love it.
It sounds like we work for these companies.
I know. Sponsor us.
We're gonna have to reach out. We're gonna have to do some serious
Yeah.
negotiations.
Yeah, Rob, get on it. Wait, that's my job.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right.
All right. So anyway, thank you all for listening and watching. We appreciate it. Feel free to follow any of our social media links below, and make sure you like the video, hit that bell and all that jazz. Subscribe to us,
Subscribe.
you know, and we'll be
Support us. Love us.
all of that jazz. We'll be making more of these, as long as we're good for it. So anyway, thanks for being here, and if you have any questions or comments, please write them down below.
And share this with your friends, your grandma, your parents, your dog.
Go to
They're
your
gonna
local
watch it too.
McDonald's and see how they think about it. You know?
Yeah, just put it on your local McDonald's and we'll see what the comments are.
Yeah.
Um,
Times Square,
Yeah.
they play stuff sometimes. Like maybe we could just have this on. Anyway,
yeah.
thanks for watching.
Well, thank you guys. Take care.
Take care, and yeah, bye.
See you
See you guys. Bye bye.